Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. Hello if you're new. So today's episode is going to be a review of Love Island 2020, episode 20. So obviously we know today it is going to be Casa Amor. We're kind of anticipating whose head was going to turn and sizing up the new Islanders. So obviously in the morning, aftermath of the dumping, Mike and Jess spend the night together. I guess they sleep in the same location. We get a little shot of Mike's fat round badonk. But obviously I feel like we all know that was not going to last. Obviously Casa Amor was on the horizon. The boys are discussing, basically saying that they want something to happen that will lighten the mood. And what do you know? Right on cue, the text comes for Casa Amor. It tells the boys to pack their bags and to sneak off to Casa Amor. They all know what's going down and the excitement on their faces. Callum is literally celebrating. Mike is celebrating. His hard work has paid off. And it's already foreshadowing some foolery with at least Callum breaking out of his relationship with Shaughna. So obviously the girls clock pretty much straight away when they can't find the boys. And Shaughna is immediately upset. She's joking. She didn't even have a chance to threaten Callum. But I don't think she was really joking in this case. I feel like she actually meant it. And again, the insecurity, if you can't trust them, then what is the point of the relationship? I guess you're kind of stuck because it is Love Island. It's not like it's real life. But it's a thing where I feel like Shaughna knows. And I don't know why she just keeps going through this internal turmoil when it's very clear she just needs to let Callum go. Some of the boys leave behind some cute little things, as mementos to, their partners. But obviously Callum does not leave Shaughna anything. Jess is trying to comfort her, basically saying, maybe he forgot, I'm sure everything will be fine. And, I get Jess is coming from a good place, but she just needs to be quiet. I feel like even when she was saying it, it wasn't providing any sort of comfort for Shaughna. So I just feel like she should have just left Shaughna to, marinate in those feelings. So obviously, the boys are getting situated in Casa Amor. Finley's saying, at this point that he trusts the girls. Mike is saying, we're all going to be tested. So it's very clear, that Mike is already just not going to stay loyal to Jess. But I feel like we all knew that. And then, but a surprising development is that Naz is saying that he's excited and he's got the sauce. So basically insinuating that, he's not sticking to Demi and he's going to explore his options within Casa Amor, which is tea. You know what? People were saying, Demi was playing Naz. And, I always said, I don't think Naz is that naive. I think he also is playing a game, and Demi probably isn't even his type either, but they're just playing a game. They're just playing the game together because them being together is convenient right now. But yes, I'm loving the energy from Naz. Then obviously, I guess, the girls come in, they have their little VTs. Natalia, she's from Manchester, decent. She's got the stereotypical Love Island look. I think she could potentially have success in poaching someone, maybe getting with Luke. Jamie, she's, okay, but looking at her, I don't think she's probably going to have success. I think she's going to be one of the ones going home. Molly, she's a little cutie. She's got the model look. She's got the eyebrow look. The waist is snatched. And she's very confident. And I think she's going to have a lot of success in the house. As I suspected, she's probably going to be well sought out after. And I think she definitely has what it takes to get whatever man she wants, whether they're single or coupled up. So I think she's definitely going to be one to watch. I think she was a great pick for Love Island. Priscilla, obviously, she's representing for the dark-skinned black girls. I'm not going to lie, she does look on TV, she does look a little bit different from her Instagram. Probably her only option is to go for Mike. She says that she is interested in Mike. And I think she probably does not find Mike attractive, but she's simply going for Mike for the game. Whether Mike will take the bait is another thing. Obviously, Mike as well will probably have a few options from girls that want to have permanent residence on the show. I think it would be smart for Mike to go for Priscilla, and he knows that could potentially be a smart option, especially since he's been in the bottom. But I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Eva, I think she'll probably be successful again. She's got that ambiguous look. I'm kind of assuming, like last year, she's either Greek or from a Mediterranean country. I think that's where she's from. If anyone knows where she's from, let me know. But that's where I'm assuming that she's from. She's another pretty girl, and I think she could potentially be quite successful as well. So obviously the new girls, they come in, they get situated. The boys, they're oogling, they're googling, and I guess the conversation starts off where the boys ask who they're all interested in. Natalia said that she's interested in Callum, Luke, and Finn. Jamie says that she's interested in Finn, Callum, and Luke M. Molly says she's interested in Luke M. She says that she's interested in other people, but obviously they're in a couple. So she doesn't necessarily say who, but we can only assume that means Callum. Priscilla says that she's interested in Mike, Naz, and Luke M. I think that's very smart to go for Naz and Mike. I don't think she'll have much success with Luke M. And Eva says that she's interested in getting to know Naz, Mike, and Luke M. Another smart choice. I don't think she'll be successful with Luke M. I'm not sure about Mike, but possibly Naz, I think. And no one picked Luke T. I can tell he was a little bit annoyed. Like, everybody wants to feel wanted. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. I would feel a type of way if people came into Casa Amor and no one was picking me. So now he's basically just stuck with Shanice now. But at the same time, there's 6 girls. Not everyone is going to leave their couplings. And it will get to the point where some of them might be strategic and move towards Luke T to get a permanent spot in the house. So I'll be interested to see who suddenly changes their mind and starts to be tactical and starts moving on to Luke T. So obviously back at the normal villa, Laura Whitmore makes her appearance and she questions the girls about where their heads are at. Jess says she doesn't trust Mike and she shouldn't, and she should just crack on with whoever she wants. And Demi says that she hopes that Naz stays loyal. And again, they've only been together that long, less than a week. And again, I think that this is definitely performative of Demi. Like, all of this, I hope Naz stays loyal. I don't buy it. I definitely think that she's playing a game. I'm not sure if she will stay loyal to Naz, but I feel like if she does, she's definitely playing it. She's definitely playing a game, because I don't believe that Naz is Demi's usual type. And I feel like the only reason Demi would stay loyal for this guy that she's known 4 days, when he's in a villa with 6 other temptations, it would be purely a game plan. And it's a point where you're now so dedicated to this game plan that you're not even going to enjoy this experience. Give up the act, girl. Time's up. So obviously we get to know the new boys. Alexi comes through. He's decent looking. My friend actually has met him before on his job. She must have went to an influencer event and he was there as the butler. She says that he's really nice. So it'd be quite interesting to see him on TV. Chris, seems decent looking. Scottish accent. Maybe there could be, some advantage there with the Scottish accent. He seems like he has a good personality. Ched, big muscly guy. I can sense some alpha energy from him. It'd be, I think it would be funny if Jess brought him back. I think Mike is definitely coming back with another person. But I think it would be funny for Mike to see, Jess with another black guy that is taller and more muscly than him. I think that would just be a fantastic sight to see. Josh, all right looking. George, another all right looking guy, but he seems very serious. Maybe potentially another normal guy. And Jordan, another all right looking guy. He seems like a cheapy chappy. I think he'll want to get some screen time. Will anyone take a fancy to him? Probably. I feel like with the boys, it'll probably be easier because the girls have so many doubts and the girls can't trust their men. So I think it's fair game. Will be interesting to see who tickles anyone's interest. Rebecca is obviously excited. 6 new men has come in. But what I've kind of noted down is that the way that she's speaking is that she's going to have her pick of the bunch. I'm not sure if she realises that just because she is single doesn't mean that these 6 boys have come solely for her. You know, not all of them will be checking for her. I hope that she realises that. Obviously, the boys come in, they're being quite cheeky, they're bantering with Shaughna, they're saying that they don't trust Callum. Ched says that he's after Rebecca, which is quite interesting, already putting it out there. Do I feel like Rebecca will be the only person he goes for? I'm not sure, but obviously it's a smart option. She's single, that's a guaranteed permanent resident at the house. Molly and Callum get quite comfortable chatting with each other. And, you know, Callum seems very comfortable. Like, I haven't seen him chat so much on the show and feel so comfortable. So I just feel like Callum's head is definitely going to be turned. And I think it's very clear that Shaughna and him are not compatible. I think that their relationship is just very forced now. Just see how relaxed and non-stressed that he is without Shaughna there. It's very telling. So Priscilla and Mike have a little chat, you know, away from everyone, and makes her interest known in Mike. She says that she's interested in getting to know Naz as well. I'm not sure if Priscilla will have as good as a chance with Naz than with Mike. He asks Mike where his head is at, and he basically says that he's going to be open, but we all knew that anyway. Priscilla is definitely smart to go for Mike, but I feel like she definitely does need to be a bit more active. I'm not really seeing much of her compared to other people. What do you guys think of Priscilla and Mike as a couple? I feel like this is her only real option to be a permanent resident, but what do you guys think? Luke M shows interest in Molly. It seems like, you know, Molly is his favourite choice. Eva starts grafting on Naz. They look like they have good chat. Naz is entertaining it. I think that's a smart decision to start on Naz. Again, she's being smart. She's being very strategic. She wants to be a permanent resident. I'm here for it. Finley starts talking to Natalia, and it's getting a bit flirty. And then suddenly he's in the confessional talking about being tested, and it's looking like he might be one of the more stable couples to give into temptation. I personally had a bit more faith in Finn. I thought that if he was to buckle, it would be on day 2 or something, but day 1, I expected more of Finn. And then obviously it is the first challenge, and it is that mouth-to-mouth cocktail challenge. I didn't really care about it, to be honest. It's just another nasty mouth transfer challenge. They need to switch it up. Is anyone actually a fan of these challenges? Let me know. So Callum makes it clear that he only has eyes for Molly in terms of the Casa Amor girls. And I think this is definitely going to be one of the main storylines within Casa Amor. The boys kind of huddle together, and they both kind of speak on who they are interested in, so we learn more of the other guys are interested in. Finley says that he's interested in getting to know Jamie, Molly and Natalia. That's interesting. I didn't really think that Jamie stood a chance. He said, you know, she's got a great personality. I still don't think she'll be enough to sway him. Molly maybe, but I feel like she's interested in Callum. She knows that's a big storyline there, and she knows she could probably secure them and be, you know, securing screen time and permanent residency. And Natalia, I think Natalia would have more chance of, you know, getting him to leave Paige than Jamie would. But, you know, you can't just judge a book by its cover. Who knows what Jamie has up her sleeve? I'm here for the fight. Finley basically now changes his story and says that he's loyal to Paige, but that he's interested in getting to know these girls. So I think Finn is definitely someone we should watch out for. I never really trusted his loyalty to Paige. I was always very surprised about it. And I think maybe he could be somebody who comes back with another girl. Mike says that he's interested in getting to know Priscilla and Eva. Interesting with the inclusion of Eva. I feel like he is definitely relishing in having more than one option in here, and he's definitely going to be exploring that. Obviously, I personally feel like the smartest and safest decision would be to pick Priscilla, but I guess we never know with Mike. I think Mike is definitely just down to do whatever he wants now that he has the producers on his side. Who do you think he would pick out of Eva and Priscilla if he had total control? Because obviously we don't know what Eva is going to do, who Eva's going to try and pursue as her main priority. Let me know what you think. So obviously Luke T, nobody has initially shown interest in him, But he's in the confessional saying, he'd be interested in getting to know Eva, Molly and Natalia. Now that is already some interesting developments, because it's a thing where none of the girls said that they were interested in you initially, but you're still holding the door open knowing that you'd be a second choice to them. So for him to want to entertain being second place rather than being with Shanice, who chose him as a first place option, is very interesting. So that tells me that there isn't a solid relationship there with him and Shanice, and perhaps maybe that whole incident with the spooning, cuddling thing has affected their relationship. What do you guys think? Because like I said, these girls are going to be wanting to be permanent residents. So I think maybe day 2, day 3, some of them might be realizing they're not going to get their first choice. How are they going to stay in? Let's go entertain Luke T. That will be interesting to see how he handles that entertainment. Whether he will just be entertaining it to entertain it because he knows he has the power to save one of these girls, or whether he's just going to say, you know what, let me just stick with Shanice because that's the smart thing to do. Naz, he's saying, he's loving it. Naz is basically saying that he doesn't know if he can, commit to his relationship with Demi after 4 days. He doesn't think that the relationship, the state that it is in now, would be worthy of him not exploring these new options, and that, he's happy with these new options and he wants to explore that. Yeah, I'm here for this energy. I think Naz definitely deserves to explore these options. Back at the normal villa, the girls are basically doing the same thing and, deliberating who they like. Jess says that she's into Biggs, Jordan and Ched. It's a pattern here. It's very clear that Jess has a type. It's very clear that she goes for black/mixed race boys. And Rebecca, she said Jordan. So again, another pattern here. It's very clear that Rebecca also has a type. She also goes for black mixed race boys. Shanice says that she's staying loyal no matter what. I think she might get her wish of Luke T coming back by himself. But like I said, I don't necessarily, anything could happen. And it looks like Luke T would entertain somebody else. And Paige is also saying that she's going to stay loyal, but she is worried. And obviously Shaughna is just worried, period. Back in Casa Amor, Mike and the boys are basically saying that they're seeing a different side to Callum, a new better side. They're saying that we're finally seeing the real him. They're noticing how he's opening up a bit more and, basically alluding to the fact that they know that him and Shaughna are not compatible and perhaps he'll be better off moving forward with Molly. Callum, we see him throughout kind of talking to Molly and some of the other girls, and Molly basically tells him that she's interested in him as well as Finn in terms of the boys that are already coupled up, because, before she didn't reveal. And she asked Callum how would he feel if Shaughna coupled up with somebody else. Now, he said that he didn't know, but I have a feeling that he doesn't care and he wanted to say no, but then obviously was thinking, I'm probably going to look like a dickhead on TV if I say that. Let me just keep it to myself. Back at the normal house, Joss starts grafting on Shaughna. He's telling her he thinks she's a good-looking girl. He's saying he could treat her better. He's saying, Callum can't be trusted. And, and how it's looking like usually when things start going bad, it only gets worse. And then he starts asking her what she thinks of him, which I thought was a bit cringy. I don't know where they do that at. And then Shaughna starts asking him for advice, which again was strange. I don't know where they do that at either. It just seems like Shaughna is just going to be worrying about Callum this whole experience. And you know what? It is upsetting because it's like you've got this amazing experience before you. Just forget about Callum and enjoy it. Obviously, back at Casa Amor, we see more of Callum and Molly, and I think we're just going to be seeing a lot of them on our screens throughout this whole Casa Amor stint. And, they're talking alone again, and Molly's giving Callum these eyes, and she asks him if he wants to share a bed with her that night, and he agrees. For somebody who has been coupled up for as long as he has been with Shaughna, he shouldn't have agreed to do that if he genuinely likes Shaughna. So it's very evident that he doesn't. And it's very it's very evident that he's not going to be coming back. He's going to be coming back with another girl, and that girl is probably going to be Molly. Yeah, that was pretty much the end of the episode. We see in the first look there's going to be a kissing challenge. Callum and Molly are going to be kissing. Shaughna is going to be worrying. George is going to start grafting Demi. Demi is looking like she's entertaining it. And Callum says that he has, so much sexual attraction for Molly. And Finn basically asked him, does he have the same attraction for Shaughna? And we don't really hear his answer. We're going to hear that in the next episode. But if he says no, it's just going to be such disrespect for Shaughna. Oh, I actually feel bad for Shaughna, but I just feel like Shaughna just needs to let the relationship go. She's just putting herself through unneeded stress and turmoil. But yeah, in terms of what I'm thinking about Casa Amor, I think it's definitely going to be very interesting. In terms of who my favourite Casa Amor people are, I think it'll just have to be Molly so far, because she's the only one really bringing energy for me personally. I think we'll see, we haven't really seen much of the boys. I think maybe we'll see more of them tomorrow, but it seems like the producers are kind of just focusing on Callum and Molly. So it'd be nice to see the rest of them tomorrow. So on Twitter, people are reminiscing about Ovi. People are saying that Callum has said nicer things about Molly in today's show than he's ever said about Shaughna, and and that they feel sorry for her. Yes, like I said, he called Rebecca beautiful. He hasn't even called Shaughna beautiful, but he called Rebecca beautiful. He said Rebecca had nice hair. Has he even said that about Shaughna? It's time for both of them to let it go. I feel like Callum is obviously now ready to let it go, but let's not lie. Shaughna has been keeping him prisoner for real. So it's just time for the relationship to split. And I feel like the only way the relationship was ever going to break up was Callum going to Casa Amor and coming back with another person. People are saying that Biggs reminds them of Orlando. I don't even know, what was his name? Yeah, I can't remember what his name was on the show, but the Orlando guy that's been having a few issues with. People are saying that they couldn't do Love Island because they couldn't have anyone spitting in their mouths. Yes, I couldn't do that either. I'd have to sit out. People are saying that Jess has a type. People are saying that, this is an example of how for guys to go out and see good-looking girls, but it's harder for girls to go out and see good-looking boys. Is that some shade there? I feel like the boys are, okay looking. I think the boys from last season were definitely better looking. But, we've got, something to work with. There's some love for Shaughna online. People are saying that she is their winner. People are disappointing with Naz, cracking on with a new girl. People need to mind their business. Naz is here to be on Love Island, isn't it? People are saying that if Molly is smart, she should go for Luke M and not Callum, because Shaughna will plot to have her chucked out. I don't deny that. I think that is something that Shaughna will do. She would definitely be making this girl's life hell in the villa. But I think she should do it anyway. We need that moment. Every year there is that moment, and this year, it's going to be Shaughna who's popping off after Casa Amor, and we need it. We actually do. Whether you like Shaughna or you don't, we all need that entertainment. There's some love for Natalia, basically saying how she's underrated and how, people should be hyping her up as much as Molly. People are joking that they can't believe that the black contestants are participating in the challenge, with Vim even. And people are pointing out that Callum called Molly May. I thought maybe it was just his accent, but yeah, he fully said Molly May. But yeah, that's pretty much the roundup of the tweets on Twitter. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know what you thought of this podcast. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to press that notification bell so you'll know when the next podcast is dropping. Till next time, guys, bye!